The house was quiet, except for the ticking of the old clock on the wall. Emily sat by the window, her fingers pressed against the cold glass, watching the empty street outside. She had done this every evening for years, waiting for him to come home. Her husband, Michael, always said she looked like a lighthouse keeper when she waited for him. "You're the light in my window," he would laugh, kissing her forehead before walking inside. It was their ritual. She would wait, and he would return. Always. Until the night he didn't. That evening had started like all the others. She made soup, set the table for two, and lit the small candle on the windowsill. The hours passed slowly. The soup grew cold. Her hands trembled as the flame flickered lower and lower. And then, the phone rang. A voice she didn't know. A tone she'll never forget. There had been an accident. A car, rain-slicked roads, metal against metal. They said there was nothing anyone could have done. They said it quickly, as if rushing through the words could make them easier to hear. But nothing could soften them. He was gone. The silence after that phone call was heavier than any storm. She dropped to the floor, clutching the receiver against her chest as if it still carried his voice. But there was only emptiness. Days blurred into weeks. People came with flowers, with soft words and pity in their eyes. "You're strong, Emily," they told her. "Time heals everything." She nodded, but inside she screamed. Time was not healing. Time was a knife, carving the distance between her and him deeper every day. And every night, she returned to the window. She sat there for hours, staring into the darkness, waiting for footsteps she knew would never come. It was madness, she told herself. But it was the only way she could breathe. Winter came, cold and merciless. Snow gathered on the streets, muffling the world in silence. On one of those nights, as she sat in her vigil, she noticed a boy in the courtyard below. He had slipped on the ice, fallen, and sat crying alone. No one moved to help him. For a moment, Emily hesitated. Her grief had chained her to that window for so long. But something in her heart stirred. She stood, opened the door, and stepped outside. She knelt beside the boy, brushing the snow from his face. "It's all right," she whispered, helping him to his feet. His eyes, wide and tear-filled, met hers, and for just a heartbeat she saw Michael. The same warmth, the same gentle kindness. It struck her so hard she almost couldn't breathe. When the boy ran back to his mother, Emily returned to the window. The candle on the sill had burned out hours ago, leaving only darkness. And yet, she realized, the light wasn't gone. Michael would never walk that path again, never open the door with his familiar smile.